Lindsay Clancy has been charged with the murder of her 3 young children. The lawyers are making the case that she's not guilty because of postpartum psychosis.
Okay, evil person, death penalty. Obviously, this is one that all of America can get behind. And then you go, well, wait a second. How has her GoFundMe raised $900,000? Let me ask you this first. Where do you have you been following Lindsay Clancy? She murdered her 3 children, 5 years old, 3 years old, 7 months. While we're talking about evil and the influence of the devil,
yes.
Hey, this one should seem pretty cut and dry. People saying that nukes were created by the devil. Let's grant it. Lindsay Clancy, influenced by the devil. For those of you who don't know, here's who she is, and it's as evil as it gets.
Lindsay Clancy has been charged with the murder of her 3 young children. The lawyers are making the case that she's not guilty because of postpartum psychosis. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is tracking the case. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. This case really has struck a nerve. Prosecutors described a clear-eyed, meticulously planned scheme by an unhappy mother. The defense is now arguing her mental health condition was so severe it drove her to kill her kids.
That last part, don't care. So just to be clear, Clancy doesn't deny killing the children. Just said, I was crazy. I was on a cocktail of 13 different prescription drugs. You're an adult. You should probably know better. Planned the murder, sent the husband out on errands, used Apple Maps to calculate how long his trip would take, was looking up ways to kill, and then self-harm and the way, like this was all planned out. She has admitted that she did it. It's just, hey, but you know what? I was a victim of circumstance. And so this would seem pretty cut and dry. It would seem pretty cut and dry. Okay, evil person. Death penalty. Obviously, this is one that all of America can get behind. And then you go, well, wait a second. How has her GoFundMe raised $900,000? And the goal is $2 million. Who would give money to this person? By the way, we fixed the image for them, just to be clear. Yeah. I didn't know the sponge was supposed to be wet.
It hurts, boss.
And then let me explain to you what this is, and it'll also bring us to the Hayden Panettiere situation. Mm-hmm. Feminists out there, and women who don't even identify as feminists, look for opportunities to avoid accountability and blame everything but the person who actually committed the act of evil. It's time for Reddit Retards. So this comes from Akiwe on Reddit. The mental load she carried, and all women, especially moms carry, is real. Even with 3 kids at home and postpartum psychosis, he called her from CVS to ask which drug to buy. Like, dude can't even be gone for 5 minutes without asking what aisle to go down? Damn, women be snapping. Men need to grow the F up. Hey, let me ask you, when you have 13 different psychiatric medications, maybe it's responsible to call and go, hey, which one right now? I don't want to get the dose wrong, you crazy bitch.
Oh, no, the husband cared.
Yeah, oh, no.
What she wanted and asked instead of just getting the wrong one.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet he probably worked a full day of work. And let me then stop off at CVS for you and get these medications because your life is so much harder than everyone else. Let's think about you first, not the children. Here's Sarah E. Smith, 69. What a wonderful screen name at Reddit thing. I think the spouse did it all and drove her to think she did it.
Sorry, retarded.
This is real.
What?
People believe this. People are making justifications. And I just need you, this is not a small percentage of women in the United States right now. It is a significant portion. Nada Jada wrote this. I think she was a victim of poor health care and support for mothers. Didn't she work in health care? We need universal pre-K at a minimum and more accessible health care, including mental health support.
I hate being retarded.
This lady had 13 different forms of psychiatric medication. As I understand it, maybe not all of them are considered psychoactive pills, but she had 13 different prescription pills specifically designed to deal with her mental health. She had access to healthcare workers. She worked in the healthcare industry. Let me ask you this. Do you think that if there was universal pre-K and she had more medication or more counseling, that those kids would still be alive? It's like saying that kid wouldn't have done the drive-by and killed 4 people if they had a Magic Johnson after-school basketball program. At a certain point, it's silly, and I don't give a shit. Why? Because you don't get to kill kids.
Kind of saying the quiet part out loud there, too.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't get these kids in,
Away from her.
Pre-K. If away from these mothers, then all these mothers are going to kill their kids. What did you expect?
Right.
Just the kids home all day. She's going to kill them, obviously.
Different Gear 1194 wrote, police roll up to a house where 3 kids are dead, a woman is gravely injured, and a man is perfectly fine, and they believe what the man said. They believe what she said.
You're not ugly, you're just retarded.
They believe what she admitted.
They believe the surveillance cameras at CVS.
And people are giving to this GoFundMe because they think this is an example of female victimhood. Hey, let's compare it to... Well, then people go...
Well, it's going to the parents, technically, because they
Right.
moved and they uprooted their whole lives to go support their daughter, and they moved closer to her daughter's house, the prison.
Right.
I guess she's paralyzed or something, so she needs medical help. I don't know.
I don't care that she's... It's
No,
not
I don't...
About, but this is the whole point, right? I don't care. You killed children. You killed your children. You have failed your family. You have failed society. Period. Also, do you really... This is one of those things. Hey, how many injuries in the job are incurred by men? Most. How many workplace deaths are men? Most. And they're not on the same cocktail of psychiatric medication. And you know what?
Right.
They wouldn't be justified. They rightfully label you a Chris Benoit. The WWE pulled their tribute to him. I believe they had one. Then they said, well, wait a second. Once they got the details, we're not going to honor this guy because he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He also was struggling. This guy probably also had CTE. But guess what? It doesn't matter at that point. You can say that it's somewhat relevant information when you're asking the why, but we do need to prioritize what matters most. And what matters most in our society is making sure that, like the left says, the most vulnerable among us, like 7-month-olds, 5-year-olds, that they are in a safe environment. And the truth is, if we actually focused on what matters most, we would realize that a big problem is women like Clancy. And women who, in engaging in alternate reality theories, not conspiracy theories, justify and let her off the hook. Like this.
I made my thoughts clear on this the moment that she was arrested, the moment that it made the news. Lindsay Clancy is obviously not guilty. There are a fleet of doctors who should be imprisoned for what they put her on. I regularly speak out against Big Pharma. They get away with murder all the time. And in this case, they are getting away with the murder of really her 3 children, but also completely destroyed her life. Lindsay Clancy, in my opinion, is not guilty. She was put into an intentional psychosis when she probably just needed to give her kids away for a weekend to get better, but they constantly give you these drugs that do not make things better. And the cocktail of 10 pharmaceuticals that she was on is absolute madness. Absolute madness.
Okay, with the last part, sure, absolute madness. The rest of it, again, just like we said, no evidence that she obviously, I 100% believe she's not guilty. What?
Yeah.
So Tyler Robinson's not guilty, just to be clear.
Right.
So let's let him off the hook.
0%.
0%.
Yeah.
Lindsay Clancy's not guilty.
No.
Okay, let's let Lindsay Clancy
it's the
off the hook.
doctors.
Yeah, it's the doctors.
For all of it. Intentional psychosis.
I mean, how far does that go?
How is this different from the left, guys? It's not my fault. It's white supremacy. It's not my fault.
Right.
It's patriarchy. It's not my fault. It's the medical industrial complex. Hey, it may be the fault of some of those other institutions, and it's still your fault.
Yes. Nobody forces you to take medicine. By the way,
and there are plenty of people who take medication who don't kill their kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, and how far does it go?
Right.
How long until a woman kills 3 of her children and she's pleading insanity because she was drunk?
Right.
Because she's a wine mom, which is cool, by the way. Not frowned upon. It's like celebrated on Pinterest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Mom 30.
Because it's so hard. I can't wait to get away from my kids. Wait, you just came home from working on an oil rig? Here you go. I'm having fruit for dinner. Big glass of red wine.
I do like the wine, but you can't have that for dinner. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, with dinner, right, Gerald?
With dinner.
See, I'm like a sommelier
Got some heart health benefits to it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Evans. She's gone.
Oh, God! Why? Why did this happen? What could I have done? I should have done something. I could have stopped this.
I'm sorry, son. There's nothing you could have done. There's nothing any of us could have done. Sometimes we just have to accept that some things are out of our control. But some things are in your control. like managing your crypto.
What?
Yeah, Rumble Wallet makes it super easy. You're in control of your crypto. It only belongs to you.
Are you serious right now?
Dead serious.
No. Seriously, download the Rumble Wallet and step away from big banks for good. Go to wallet.rumble.com today, and you can also support your favorite creators. Step away from big banks. Rumble Wallet.
Listen, I'm sorry. This infuriates me because postpartum depression typically hits within the first like 6 days to 6 weeks, something like that. You would have seen signs of it. Every time we have gone through this process, doctors, people at the hospital, the nurses, everybody talks to you about the possibility of this happening. And if it gets severe and you have hallucinations and things like that, you need to come see us.
Yeah.
Not go take a pill. Candace and everybody out there would do much better to take just a sliver of their attention and go, do not take what they tell you to take. You were great at doing that in some ways during COVID, because it's like, they're just giving you stuff. No, you don't have to do that here. Take this other stuff over here, or do this other stuff over here. You'll be just fine. That would be so much dadgummit. I hate the ads. Now it's coming back to
now I kind of want to see it.
That would do so much to help women out there, is to say, hey, listen, if you are in this situation, there are plenty of resources. Plenty. That do not involve drugs.
I'm going to stop you right there, just because you're making a valid case. But guess what? You're arguing, you've been distracted, and you're arguing a premise that you shouldn't. Hey, does anyone here for a second believe that postpartum depressed moms don't get help in society compared to men who are struggling with actual afflictions that are lifelong? Anyone actually think that society goes, women's mental health, we don't care. We coddle the men? For crying out loud, it's a get out of jail free card, and they're trying to use it literally that way here. Every single woman will tell you about postpartum depression.
Right.
By the way, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm sure it's tough, and I'm sure some people get tougher breaks than others. But to act as though we have not absolved so many women of accountability in these scenarios, and now of murder, is silly. It's a leftist argument. On the GoFundMe, you see these other comments written, okay? We believe Lindsay. We stand by Lindsay. Women deserve better. Moms deserve better. May Lindsay find peace in her soul to continue through her days. May she be tormented until she hopefully finds the peace of Christ before she meets her maker and they don't wet the fucking sponge. Ashley La Liberté wrote, justice for Lindsay, Cora, Dawson, and Callan. Separate them.
Yeah.
Justice for Cora, Dawson, and Callan means killing Lindsay. You are a survivor, and we are all behind you. A survivor of her own murder spree. The truth will come to light. It has.
What is she a survivor of? Watching the breath leave her children's bodies?
She's a survivor.
Literally, that's what she did.
Of committing murder and not being good at killing herself. Someone else wrote, I know it feels like it now, but you're not alone, Lindsay. Your emotion and love for your babies is felt through the screen. What? This is what we're talking about with delusion. The man is a piece of shit because he called and said, which of your 1,900 prescriptions am I picking up today while you stay home because it's too tough to get out of bed? But her love for the baby she killed is felt through the screen. I just want to wrap my arms around you and shower you with love and support.
Oh, I thought she was going to say strangle.
You are a wonderful mom. It wasn't you that day. She's a terrible mom, and it was her that day. She admitted it. This is the level of delusion that you are struggling with. And by the way, if we want to do better, let's stop saying, let's do better by moms. Or dads. Let's do better by kids. Let's do better for kids. Let's create a society that's better for kids. Okay, great. Nuclear family. There you go. Got to change the divorce laws. Okay, great. If you're talking about a single-parent household, should be with the dad, not with the mom, because moms are far more likely to abuse their children than single-parent father households and have mental instability, physically, emotionally. Period. Let's do better by the kids. Hey, what do you think would happen if this dad said, I don't think she should be around the kids? That guy would have been a piece of shit.
Yeah, if he had kept the children from her. I've seen that too. Oh, it's his fault for leaving the kids alone with her. He knew that she was unstable. Okay, let's play that out.
Yeah.
He takes the kids with him for the weekend. Candace, he takes the kids away for the weekend. She can't see him for a whole weekend. She doesn't get better after a weekend, does it again the next week. How many Amber Alerts am I going to get, Candace?
Yeah. And then let's do Renee Good. She was just a mom running over a man. Hey, why don't we praise the man who, or at least recognize the man who shot her so he could go home to his family and take care of them, as opposed to the woman who was abandoning her trying to run over cops with cars. Oh, that's right. You are a woman here. You roar. You shouldn't be held accountable for any of it. Let's go to Hayden Panettiere. By the way, this is a very tragic story. And it happens a lot with child stars. Mm-hmm. Because the one area that I know of in the United States where Me Too rape culture exists is, ironically, Hollywood. That is almost entirely left. They chew up and spit out their young ones. Now, she died, and we don't have all of the information, but it was well known that she struggled with drugs for a very long time. To the point that she gave custody to Vladimir Klitschko, who was her fiance, of their child so that she could get clean. Never really got it fully right. Okay. So what does the internet do when you go, okay, this is someone who has struggled with drugs their whole life, to the point that it has jeopardized and probably irreparably damaged their children while the father has been responsible? The internet goes, no, this is what they want you to believe because she spoke out against Hollywood. It's the Jews. So let me read you some of these posts on X. It's all of them. The whole stinking Hollywood, New York, D.C. Zio mafia run machine. These people are just evil incarnate. Hayden Panettiere just died at 36, just 3 months after her bombshell expose of the elite Hollywood music system. And there you can read tons of this. Oh, they took her out. Hey, sure, maybe some people didn't want her to discuss sexual abuse that had taken place. You know who discussed it for a very, very long time? Corey Feldman. He's been around. No one stopped him. There are plenty of people who have discussed
someone
Hollywood
should stop
sexual
him.
abuse.
Have you seen his shows? Yeah. Someone should stop him, but they're not.
But that's not the through line. Well, let's see if there's a through line here. Hayden Panettiere, again, tragic. The problem here is the enablement of a history of behavior, just like with Clancy. 2015, entered rehab for postpartum depression. 2016, re-entered rehab. 2018, gave up custody of the daughter to Klitschko. 2020, entered rehab for alcohol and opioid abuse. And then, after having said that she got clean, and this is why you can't believe them when they say, well, she was absolutely clean right now. After she said that she had gotten clean, here's an interview with People magazine from 2024.
She was more concerned about directing the kid next to her in his steps than she was about what she was doing. It's like leaving this poor kid alone. Like, just do your stuff. And she's like, come on, man, like, turn around. What's wrong with you? Going like this in front of everyone. I was like, that's mine.
Now I see that and I go, that's tragic. Mm-hmm. And what I see is someone who's lived a life of enablement. Just like Clancy. Clancy knew what she was doing. You don't get to kill kids. If you have kids, you don't get to kill yourself. All of the mental gymnastics mean nothing. And for all the people who talk about Satanism, you know, new Christians who haven't really opened the good book, hey, you're enabling it. Because Satan shows up in a pill bottle. You think the devil ever wants you to know that it's your fault? It's someone else's fault. You think the devil is a devil of order? Do we serve a God of order? Sure. Devil of chaos. Do we serve a God of justice and accountability? Sure. Devil is no accountability. Devil is blame shifting. Devil is it's always someone else's fault. Have another one. And that's what these people are enabling. That's the problem with the Marxists. That's the problem with these people who claim to be what part of these people saying it's not the woman's fault who killed her children, and we don't think it's the fault of a woman who gave up custody so that she could go and do more drugs, and it's sad, and I get that she's struggling. It's not the fault of the guy who pulled the trigger, Tyler Robinson. It's the fault of society, the medical complex, Hollywood. Hey, those things can all suck, and people should be accountable. It seems like it's just never the case when it's a woman or a trans person. And I'm just not going to go along with it. Ever. Also, people even saying like, oh, Klitschko, I bet you that she was trafficked to him. Sure. Or he was a 6'6" heavyweight champion of the world millionaire, and it's a perfectly sensible man for her to be attracted to. Bring up a picture of the two. It's like where you go, that's a couple that makes sense. Hollywood starlet, heavyweight champion, millionaire, hot, member of Ukrainian parliament. Good for him, good for her. She chose drugs, he didn't. Let's praise Klitschko. There you go. Oh no, she's just with him because what? She's not even with him because he's tall, athletic, good-looking, and rich.
That's Dracula.
And well-connected, apparently.
Yes.
That looked like Dracula.
Yeah.
There's by the way, famous for being very handsome and
famous for being very, very charming, as long as there's enough, blood in him.
He did a little spikes around him. Now, really quickly, I know we had some Reddit retards posts. We actually have a video of a woman holding her child, saying, "I feel you, Clancy."
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Take the child away! Take the child away! Take the child away! Take the child away!
12 hours ago. Same, Lindsay.
I am completely overwhelmed trying to take care of the kids. I'm drowning every day. I feel guilty that I'm spending my family's money and not making any. I feel like I spend way too much. She wrote that, right?
Correct.
I'm terrified of.
That's what
goes
she
on
posted.
and on, but yeah, same concept.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What do we do?
Remember that other video? There was one video that was going around.
She said she was a psychologist.
A therapist.
She's like, because all of us are one step away from doing this, remember?
Yeah, I showed you and you looked at me, you were like, how terrifying.
I'm not one step away from doing this
I'm not 400 steps away
I'm
from
not
killing
like,
my children.
I'm all the steps the other way.
Yeah. Kill for my children.
I'm one step away from, if I see this happening, killing the woman.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like, not even a full step, like, just like a stutter step, like, boom. Like, but yeah, this is what we all can relate. I don't like it. You're still here on YouTube. Remember when we could say whatever we wanted on YouTube and people didn't have to censor out words like gay? See, even that, right? That's not even a swear word. Or the word sex. Even if you're just talking about it, you're not saying anything profane. That's why I live stream on Rumble 5 days a week. Go subscribe over there on Rumble, where you get the live show every single day. If you're still using this archaic form of delivery for information on YouTube, I don't want to judge, but your father hates you.